Today we are going to be writing a story about tell the excuses the boy might give his mom for getting home late. Well, for this prompt, it's asking us to add to the story. The prompt wants us to imagine what the boy might tell his mom to explain why he got home late from school. And we just read the story about what he told his teacher about getting late to school. Let's look back at the story to see what type of excuses the boy came up with. Let's see. Right away, there's this excuse here. Let's listen to what he said.
On my way to school today, a pig asks me to come and play. It's not just a pig, it's a pig in a wig. We run for the bus, just the two of us.
So even right away, he says this pig is wanting to play with him, and we know that usually can't happen. So already right away, we know that the type of excuses he gives are kind of silly excuses, right? They don't actually explain what really made him late. So we kind of want to think of some silly excuses for why he might have gotten home late. Let's see if we can get a couple more ideas. Oh, what happened here?
On my way to school, we passed a trash truck that ran out of gas. On top of that truck sit two apes and a duck.
So he's saying even goofier, still a silly excuse. They were seeing these two apes and a duck who need help. And look, they even got on the bus with them. Geez, how silly. So let's go back. We want to think of our own excuses for why he could tell his mom why he was late. So let's go ahead and we'll go back. So what else could have happened on this bus ride home now? You can use whatever ideas you think of, but I'll give you a couple examples of things that could happen. So we did see that the dump truck stopped. Maybe you'd run into a different type of car on your way home. What's another type of car you see on the road? I know. Sometimes you see the postman's truck. So the mail car or the mail truck. So maybe you see a mail truck. Okay, what could be goofy about the mail truck? Is it goofy if a person's driving it? No, that's not goofy. I know. It'd be funny if there was a dog who was driving the mail truck and they needed help. So I think I'm going to make dog our other idea. So it's a dog on a mail truck, and maybe his mail truck. What could happen on a mail truck? They might need help. What might happen? Well, on the mail truck, they have letters and packages. Maybe the dog lost the mail. The mail was lost. Ooh, I think this might be a good excuse for his mom when he gets home, the boy, for why he's late. It sounds like there's a mail truck that they see on his bus ride home, and there's a dog, and the dog is the mailman, and he's lost all his mail. So he needs your help to find the mail. So go ahead and write those 3 ideas down. Now, if you have your own story that you want to write, that's just fine. You can go ahead and write that story on your own. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and we are now going to look at our grammar skill for the day. So we are going to be talking about commas in a series. So when a writer uses 3 or more verbs in a row, there's a comma after all but the last verb. Take a look here. So it says, I run, comma, I and catch, comma, and pitch at the game. So notice you put a comma in between each idea to separate it. So again, it says, I run, catch, and pitch at the game. So when we list more than 3 things, you have to put a comma after all but the last verb. So we don't put a comma here because we're done listing things. I'm going to try to think of something else I can do, because I'm going to put some commas. So I can swim, run, and bike today. Again, notice I only have a comma after all but the last one. So there's a comma after each of these but the last one. Let's do another one. I will sing, dance, and cartwheel at school. I actually can't cartwheel, but again, notice, where are my commas? Forgot to mark them here. They're in between, except for the last one. So here again, there's a comma after all but the last one. And that's what you do when you list more or use 3 or more verbs in a row. Okay? So if you ever see that, take a look to see if you can find how people are listing things. Or if you want to list things maybe in our story that we're going to write tomorrow, you want to list by using commas to separate those thoughts.